Hi guys, just another update on the layout. Again, no track work has taken place, but what I have been doing is carrying on with the electrical bits and bobs. So if I just show you what I've been up to on the control panel. So here it is. This is it so far. So all the switches have now been wired in and connected to their blocks, and I've just started to put the LEDs in. It's getting quite complicated around the back of this panel, but I've tried to keep the wiring as logical and as neat as possible, because it's easier that way to fault find. So just down the bottom there, I've been labelling up the positions in the blocks, telling me exactly what should be in where, so that, as I say, fault finding should be fairly straightforward with any luck. I've been using the 9-volt battery that you can see at the back there for testing the LEDs. So as I've been soldering them up over here, I've been running them against the 9-volt battery, just to make sure that my soldering is working, or the connections are actually good, and once I super glue them into the panel, I know they're going to be working. So something else that's arrived just over the weekend here is this. It's the block signalling train detector modules. So that's it there, and it uses a little light sensor, which you can see on the piece of paper there, to essentially tell if a train's over the top of it, or a loco's over the top of it, because the light levels will drop, and at that point it will trigger one of the LEDs. So essentially they're going into the shed just up here. So you see there's electrical connections coming out the back of the shed. That they run lights on the inside of there. So there'll be nice light source. There's a reference sensor which just takes the ambient light, and when one of the other sensors has a loco roll over the top of it, the light level dims, and it will change the LED from green to red. You see the LEDs at the back there. So green when there's nothing above the sensor, and red when a loco runs over the top of the sensor when the light level dims. So that when it gets onto the panel, it'll tell me what's in which isolating section in the shed, essentially. So I don't try and reverse another loco in over the into another, the loco that's there already. So that's pretty much what I've been doing for this past week. Doesn't look an awful lot, but that's actually quite fiddly to wire up and solder and get everything ready. So very busy around the back of the panel, but if I just turn it over, it looks quite sparse on the front, which is exactly what I was aiming at for, really. So you can just see some of the LEDs there, maybe just poking through. So they sit quite flush with the panel and just light up. So if the point lever's thrown upwards, the points change and the LEDs light up on whichever road the point's been thrown for. So as I said, that runs off of this point indicator board. If I just turn the paperwork around, it runs off that point indicator board. So instead of using green and red LEDs, I'm actually using just yellow LEDs, because I just want them to come on, essentially. So something else that's arrived is more of these point levers. So that's how they come in kit form there, just two parts really. So they need cleaning up with a piece of sandpaper, spraying up, and that will finish off the hand levers that you can see over there. So yeah, more electrical work for me, because once this panel's done, I have another 3 panels to do. So it's keeping me very, very busy. But it's actually quite enjoyable. As I say, I've tried to lay it out logically, You see where that number 1 over there that says AC in for point motors, that should say DC in for point motors. But aside from that, I think that's the only mistake I've made so far. So anyway, over the next week or so, I'm going to carry on wiring this stuff up, and I promise you, as soon as I get it installed in the layout, I'll show you it in operation. Anyway, that's all for me for now. Bye for now.